It was a smash up. I see what you did there. I saw what you did there. Okay, Benfu analysis to top it off for the night. Thanks, fam, for hanging out today. We've had some interesting games, learning these new maps and so forth and whatnot. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear. So what is the procedure? What is the procedure for defending this is probably a budget cannon rush. It is 2 drones on the probe, 4 drones on each cannon. That's it. Let's see what you do. You do 1 drone on the probe, 4 drones on 1 cannon. Okay. Okay, you should win. Isaac, thank you for the host. I'm just wrapping up my stream with an analysis. Someone submitted a game and they said, Neuro, can I have some analysis? And I said, well, okay. So this is a ZVP, 16-bit. This is a diamond level game. And Benfu successfully defended a cannon rush, I think losing only 1 drone. So what is the response now? I think a really good option is to open up the map a little bit, because you defended the attack with drones, right? And you have some lings left over. Ideally, you maybe would not have built these because you beat it with drones. But since you did, one map objective that Zerg can do whenever they have map control and they know the opponent isn't going to be on the map doing stuff is to kill some rocks. Killing rocks is one of the foundations of an awesome engagement later on. So if you want to lay those foundations for a great timing at their 3rd base, kill these rocks. Look at this area. This is a pretty wide opening, and it's even ground. Wow, that would be great to attack there. But then if you killed these rocks, it's such a huge ravine. It makes the Grand Canyon look like a little divot in the ground. So just kill some rocks. These little Zerglings are fighters, right? They bite stuff, but they don't cast spells. They don't really do much aside from run fast and bite stuff. So if you have them in the game, you should give them a little job. It's kind of like having a dog. And if you don't ever take the dog out for a walk, or make it do any tricks, or give it any attention, it's very sad. So don't let your lings be sad, okay? If you defend something, and it's like, alright, Protoss just lost a Warp Prism, or they failed a Cannon Rush, or Terran just lost 2 drops and I have a bunch of lings, but I can't attack them right now because they have a great wall off. Then, what do we do? Chat, can you tell me? Can you tell me, chat? I'm not going to answer it. I'm not going to answer it. It has to be. Thank you, KT Vindicare, for the Twitch Prime. I appreciate you. Kill the rocks, bite rocks, open up the map. Overlord drop. Yeah, but that takes a lair now. Okay, so you got a lair. You got your bases. Okay, you're droning up. Ooh, cannon into sky toss. It's kind of like peanut butter and jelly, right? Cannons and carriers. So, if the early game you see peanut butter, then you should not be surprised to later on find jelly on the other side of this sandwich of a game. But look at this Void Rays. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. There are a lot of patterns that you can identify with StarCraft games. One of them is Adept Oracle into Gate Robo Storm. That's a pattern that comes up a lot. Cannons into Void Ray Carrier. That's a pattern. So if we see that it's Void Rays are kind of bad. And the reason they're kind of bad is they can do nothing about you getting a 4th base and 80 drones and 2/2 ranged upgrades. That presents a problem for the Protoss, right? Because Zerg, if it's macroed really hardcore, can get 200 supply faster than you can say Kansas City. So what you have to do is think about punishing the Protoss for making this choice. This is a choice that's going to look really awesome if Protoss gets a 200 supply, because their army composition is going to be the best units in StarCraft 2. But if you get to 200 supply super fast and you start trading with them, with good upgrades, they're dead as door now. So let's see. Let's see this. Let's see this here. What do you prioritize now? What I want to see right now is this 4th base was misplaced. I think that was just an accident. I think you meant to take it here because you have creep spread and you have Zerg and you have map control. So that was just an unfortunate mistake here. This 4th base, you meant to put it here. I believe you. But I want to see in the production tab 4 queens at a time. If you think it's Void Ray carrier stuff, 4 queens at a time. Queens are kind of weak against ground. They can't really do big attacks, but if Protoss is going air, it is super hard for them to kill queens. So what should you do? What should you do? You should get Carapace upgrades and ranged upgrades. Why is Carapace upgrades super mega hyper fucking important against carriers? Because you gain value from your armor every time you get hit. How many units are inside of a carrier? 8. 8 units inside of the carrier. And these units inside the carrier are known as interceptors. And these interceptors shoot really fast. That means that if you get armor upgrades on your stuff, the Protoss is going to give you, how much? A fuckload of value. So Carapace is even more important than ranged. Ranged is nice. It allows your Hydras to kill stuff faster. But Carapace is worlds better. It is ridiculously strong against carriers. Okay, so you see cannons and shield batteries and whatnot. And you're getting maxed, but you're making roaches. How many roaches does it take to kill a carrier? Oh, I can see this going badly. This is a fun idea, but I think this just allows you to die in a different place. Because you still have to beat them, right? So you can kill... Yeah. What is the limitation of carrier? Well, they're super strong, but they take forever to build and they're ridiculously expensive. So that means you can hit a lot of really crisp timings where you gain value from these huge open areas. I think just getting a big direct attack and killing these rocks and these rocks. Because if you use your army to kill these rocks, then the queens can spread creep over here and then you kill these rocks, and then boom, you never let them take a 4th base, and then you punch in and kill their 3rd base. So this is a progression that I've talked about a whole bunch. I think this is really, really, really good for new players especially, because it doesn't really involve any caster units aside from the queen. You don't need Vipers, you don't need Infestors, you don't need to focus fire stuff with Corruptors. Basically what you do, this is your objective with Queen Hydra against Carrier, is you want to create a huge swarmy lawnmower. And what are you mowing with your swarmy lawnmower? Interceptors. Interceptors are going to have a really tough time killing +2 armor queens and +2 armor hydras, and you can just mow down all of the interceptors, and then the carriers are useless. Because it takes a long time for Protoss to get better upgrades than 2-2. They're trying to squeeze all the gas they can into carriers. So, getting 2-2, getting 80 drones, getting 200 supply with the creep highway, and just bonking them. Just bonking them. You can even try it with a single Evo and go Carapace 1, Carapace 2. Carapace is very, very good. Ranged is basically crap. Basically crap. It helps a little bit. I think if you realize that it's Sky Toss early enough, it's better to go double Evo than single Evo. But if you just have ranged, it's crap. When was the last good Sky Toss you fought that gave you a run for your money? Yesterday. Played some games off stream and there was a 6K Protoss. I don't know who it was because a lot of people changed their name at the start of the season, but I lost. So yeah, you're dead from here. The game is over. This is just kind of... We're waiting patiently until the Protoss decides to purge the map of all bugs. And yes, you have Queen Hydra Ultra here, but it's a little bit too late because you're fighting 200 supply against 200 supply. What you wanted to do was fight 200 supply of Queen Hydra against, say, like 150, like 140 to 150 supply of carriers. Protoss units are better. They're designed this way. StarCraft is a game that is balanced asymmetrically, meaning the three races are about the same strength overall, but in unique ways one can be better than the other. For Zerg, our production is better, which, like I'm saying with this plan, you can hit your saturation goal and take your fourth base way faster than Protoss, and you can hit 200 supply faster than Protoss. If you're doing neither of those, then it's the Protoss player's game. They get to just mass carriers happily, and then we can look at the active forces tab, and you're never really going to catch up. The only way you could catch up is if you have spores, like tons of spores. You could maybe fungal some interceptors too, but that's pretty technical and hard to do. But yeah, cool. GG. GG, good effort. Kill some rocks. Kill some rocks. If you have map control and you're Zerg, kill some rocks. Open up the map so you can take awesome engagements. 2-2 Queen Hydra max out after you have 70 to 80 drones. And the universe will disclose itself to you. Thanks for the sub. Kill the rocks. I just did a ZVT upload of a